Welcome back to Mostly Superheroes here in the basement, St. Louis, Missouri, doing another one. It's a Monday night on March 31st. This is it. March is at the end. Welcome to April Fools, I guess, if you play April Fools still. You guys remember April Fools?
Yes.
I am an April Fool.
These are your hosts. I'm your host, Logan Janis. That's Andy the Giggler. How are you, Andy?
What's up, man? Good to be here in this seat always, where I always sit.
A different seat, different chairs, different cams. If you're following along, different Scotty Scoop. Well, oh! Andy's pushing the button.
Wow.
Now I know what pink is.
Andy's pushing.
That was just a
Let me
guess.
write that down. Pink
button
claps.
is a pink is collapse.
Pink equals claps.
That was too good. Yeah, Andy's in a different chair. I'm in a different chair. And Scotty Scoop. Welcome back, Scotty Scoop.
Oh, so good to be back.
Go ahead, Andy. Don't get too hot on it, but you can push it one more time.
Sam somewhere sleeping. That's for sure.
Yep.
And we need a snore button.
Yeah.
And we have been busy, and there's been a lot going on, but the three of us have not got to hang out just like this. So it's been
a couple weeks.
It has. It's good to see you guys. Been catching up a little bit. And actually, I did have you text Sam, Andy.
Yes, he's available right now if we want him.
Why don't we just go and call him? We'll just do this part first and get our announcement out of the way. You may have heard us on the radio lately. We've been on 550 KTRS. We were on KMOX. That's 1120 AM and 104.3 FM here in the St. Louis area.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
That's it. It's that easy.
I feel like I'm on like crank anchors or something.
I know.
This is starting to be something. I can already feel it.
I bet he's pooping.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Let's leave him
The
a
person you're
message.
trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Subscribe to mostlysuperheroes.com or pay the price.
You son of a bitch.
Pay it. Call us back in 5 minutes or pay the price.
Andy Hahn.
Oh, there
What?
he is.
Was that an
Giggler.
answering machine?
What happened there? That was weird.
How did you answer?
You can answer mid voicemail now.
What?
Nah.
What
happened-
technology is
What
this?
What happens to the first half of the voicemail we left?
It just cuts off. It's
We
great.
said some shit in that.
Yeah, that was some weird stuff.
It was fine. Don't worry about it. Just listen to the episode.
Yeah, never mind, actually. Hey, Sam Zeller.
Sam, oh my God.
How you been?
Dude.
Yeah.
Long time no see.
Yeah, dude. Haven't spent the whole weekend with you in a while.
I know. Gosh, the only one I need to talk to really is Scotty Scoop.
I'm
since he's
here.
The only one I haven't seen in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to get it on air because, honestly, that's a good quick recap. You guys were attending a bachelor party in Austin, Texas. Let's go
Yep.
with you, Sam, while we have you for a minute. How was your trip? Welcome back.
Trip was absolutely fantastic. I'm an idiot. Didn't even know the University of Texas was in Austin. So I was just learning so much stuff. I still like beer, which is good. Shocking after a trip like that. But it was honestly a good time with some good guys. So I cannot complain.
What about you, Andy? How was your time?
Yeah, same. Our buddy Jordan Barnes, one of the best people on this earth. I think we showed him a good time. Played some golf, had some beers.
Now, was this just a destination or everyone just going to join him where he already
No,
lives?
he lives in St. Louis, so
okay.
he just picked a random city that
Wow.
he'd never
us,
been to.
Yeah, he just made us spend a bunch more money to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
we're talking about
Didn't want to
Standard
spend it
protocol.
on the east side, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
loads of money.
Would have been cheaper.
Very St. Louis here right now, and we have a very big St. Louis announcement. And Sam, that's why I wanted to call you. Like, obviously, we've been on the press tour a little bit. Like, we got to go talk to Dave Glover today, and then me and Max got to go represent Team Jakey on KTRS 550. So hopefully you heard some of that. But if not, like on our own show, once and for all, April 1st through June 30th, Charity on Tap kicks off at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis. For every 4 hands citywide American Pale Ale, you're getting $1.50 donated to Team Jakey. Hit that button, Andy. Andy's in the button chair tonight.
Did it.
And man, I wanted to tell Scott, we haven't got to celebrate Andy. Like, you've been part of Team Jakey for a long time, Andy, and Scott and Shanna are big supporters. And, me and Sam got to hang out, and we couldn't, without the 4 of us, just at least saying like what this collaborations means to us. So let's just go ahead and just have you, Sam, while we got you. We wanted to dial you in. We know you're taking care of your family. Charity on Tap, Alamo. Here we go.
Dude, I can't wait. I think we're building something big. I'm going to steal a tagline from work. But, I mean, things are moving. And, Thursday night, we're going to be there. April 3rd, come see us, hang out, have a beer. I mean, I'm going to be drinking quite a few beers for the next, 3 months. $1.50 goes to Team Jakey, like you said. So that's awesome.
Heck yeah, man. We'll see you April 3rd, happy hour, free to attend, 21 years of age to redeem, citywide American Pale Ale at Alamo Draft House. It doesn't matter if you go to the Meaning of Bar there in the lobby or if you're sitting at your seat, you get that promo, and the first 100 patrons do get a limited edition koozie. We got them here in the studio, holding them up for the camera for you right now. You win this koozie made for a citywide, and as well as a sticker pack with stickers from all the people involved. So get over to Alamo April 1st through June 30th. And Sam Zeller, dude, how's Ari doing? How's Missy? How's Rue? How's the house?
Oh my God, there's a sign I'm looking at here right on the door that says "Welcome home, Daddy." So I am living the life. Kids are
Aw.
good. Ari's feeling better. Things are looking up.
What do you got for Sam? Let's go to you, Scotty.
Oh man, Sam, are you excited to get some sleep?
Dude, one of these days I'm gonna shut my eyes, and they're never gonna open again. But until that day,
Until you
No,
watch Black Adam again.
until I watch Black Adam and black out. No, dude, I am so excited for bed tonight. You have no idea.
All right, let's keep him up just one more minute longer. Giggler, what you got?
I've had enough of you, Sam. I'll see you Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah, no surprise. No surprise there.
I love you, buddy. Creamy boys.
Love you.
All right, buddy. Thanks, man. We'll see you Thursday. Take it easy.
See you, fellas.
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah. Wow.
I was hoping he was
How
still.
dare he
I was-
answer the phone in the middle of a voicemail?
I was hoping he was listening. I'm still like, I can't wait for this to make
yeah.
it into the podcast. Like, survey, please. Like, where
Yeah.
do these voicemails end up? Can
Who-
someone find out?
Who else knew this? I feel like
Like,
us three didn't know this was possible.
Now, I know about the technology of the visual voicemail, where the voicemail starts to happen, and now it starts to transcribe it for you, and it'll show you on your screen, like, this voicemail is happening real time, and you can read it real time. I love that. So it's the same tech, right? It's like, you can interject a voicemail. It's just like the old school answering machine, like, hey, don't worry, I'm
yeah.
here.
Oh yeah. When
Yeah.
you pick up the phone.
If any
and-
kids
yeah.
listen to the show, when I said answering machine, they were like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Not to sound like an old man, but that is true. Like, that's an old concept. Flipping the tape.
Yeah.
Keeping the tape fresh. All right, man. Let's do a little fan mail, Giggler. You think you can find that button?
Tell me what color it is.
Let's go. Hold on. I'm gonna guess.
Can I guess?
Yeah, it's toward the top.
Okay, I'm going yellow.
Fan mail.
First try.
I guess we're switching spots.
First try.
Yellow fan mail.
Congrats.
Fan mail.
We had a lot of winners. I'm just shouting out the folks that kind of came to our recent events and entered online, but we gave away some tickets to City Winery St. Louis. Free shows. We gave away 2 big dinners, like $100 dinners. City Winery totally donated these for local fans. You came out, you spun the wheel at our screen and socials, and won some events. And I want to plug our Captain America Brave New World episode. I want to plug that big time right now, that for fan mail. Go and listen to those fan reviews. If you came out and saw the movie with us, or if you just want to hear some real raw reactions of people walking out from that movie, because it's like, that's the last big Marvel thing, right? Gonna get into some Marvel stuff. Go check that out. So mostlysuperheroes.com/events, and enter to win a free vinyl along with some other great contests at mostlysuperheroes.com/contest. Scotty Scoop, let's start with you. This is technically news and rumors,
News and rumors.
but go ahead and do
but
news.
not. Yeah,
Let's go ahead and push
this
it.
is news.
Go ahead and push it.
What color is it? Probably this one.
News and rumors.
News and rumors. Scotty Scoop is here, and he did a great job on the graphics that you saw on our social media at Mostly Superheroes and in the Facebook Mostly Superhero Squad, which is totally free to join. Scotty Scoop, tell us about Marvel Avengers Doomsday casting.
Yeah, so this was the talk of the last week. You know, really big event. Came up live and went on for 5.5 hours.
Yeah, that's my biggest question is what's up with this 5.5 hours thing? 'Cause,
So I think it's just
like, what did they do for the first 5 hours? I'm confused. Was it
okay.
literally
So
just
we started
for someone
with
that
the,
didn't watch the whole thing?
So
I did.
it's like a movie set, right?
Right.
So it's like this giant airplane hangar looking thing.
Oh, this is good. If you
So
didn't see it,
The doors open, and someone brings out a director's chair, and they open it up, and they sit it down, and it says Chris Hemsworth.
Oh boy. Whoa.
And you get a little of the
this is Marvel
the-
channels.
Yeah, this is all the Marvel socials.
Any
is
Marvel.
pumping this out
Yep.
live. And you get like some of the fanfare, some of the music, the Thor music, that and recognize, and it just sits there on the Chris Hemsworth chair for, I don't know, what, 10 minutes? 15 minutes?
The first one was about 15.
Yeah.
Then it got a little bit shorter.
And then it pans back. And it pans back, and then you see Vanessa Kirby.
Fantastic Four.
It's Fantastic Four.
Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Sue Storm.
Sue Storm. Sue Richards.
Yeah, and in this, it looks like
it depends.
it looks like it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so it's slow.
Here
roll.
we go. Yeah, here we go. And
Yep.
we're starting, another 10, 15 minutes rolls by, and you get Anthony Mackie.
Let's go. Should we just rattle
Captain
them
America.
off? Let's go ahead. Rattle them off.
And here we go. You get the slow
Let's-
roll.
so everybody's brains can start going.
Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier. You get Letitia Wright,
Shuri.
Black Panther.
Shuri.
You get a tiny director's chair, Paul Rudd,
Paul.
Ant-Man.
Perfect.
Yeah, hilarious.
This is great because I didn't even see that.
And then Wyatt Russell,
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent.
Former first Captain America in between Steve and
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie.
Then you get I'm usually good at this. Tenoch Huerta Mejia,
Who is
Namor,
Namor. Nice. And I should have also really said on U.S. agent and Thunderbolts coming up.
and Thunderbolts. Yes.
That's coming up.
You guess he survives.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
Well,
yeah, we'll get to that.
could be flashbacks.
Yes.
We'll get to that at the
Could be
end of
anything.
the rattle off here.
Or we can do one at a time too.
I mean,
We
we've got like every cast member
yeah.
from Thunderbolts except for
Here, let's do it. Yeah, hit the highlights.
Ghost.
No.
Yelena.
No.
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Yes.
Taskmaster seems to be the only person from that cast who did not make this cut.
Seems like they're gonna
So
die in Thunderbolts.
take that as you will.
Okay, keep it rolling. This is great.
Eben Moss Bacharach.
And that's
That is the thing.
oh right, the bear.
Yes. Simu Liu. Finally.
Shang-Chi.
Finally.
Shang-
Shang-Chi returns.
Great movie.
Yes.
Great movie. Go back all
We're-
the time.
What, 6 years out now?
Oh my
what was
God.
that, 2020?
It was so good.
Yeah.
It's a great
And we
flick.
have not seen him since.
Not at all. With that crazy end credit scene with spoiler alert. Wong being like, hey, come with us. And then like
Yeah.
talking to Bruce Banner and Captain Marvel.
And we've seen
What are these things made of? They're
We've seen-
older than
we've
anything.
seen Wong several times since then.
Oh man, with the Abomination.
Yeah.
That was also in Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah. When we
And
saw the
She-Hulk.
Abomination in She-Hulk, we
Yes.
saw Wong in Multiverse of Madness,
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah.
Wong's busy.
Next we get Florence Pugh.
Yelena,
Yelena.
the new Black Widow.
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson's little sister.
And then here's where we get the X-Men.
This is it. This is where you're like, what are we talking
Just
about?
like, you're
Yeah.
expecting like, okay,
Okay.
Avengers. And
Yeah.
then
And-
all of a sudden out of nowhere, we get Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, which, spoiler alert for the Marvels,
Yes.
in credit scene. Kelsey
Beast.
Grammer's Beast, which is like the best looking version of this Beast
Yes.
we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the cartoon met the live action.
This is like accurate.
It looked good.
So good.
I was a
did.
fan of that.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay.
Next.
So
we
X-Men.
get-
Here we go. We're rolling in X-Men.
Well, and then they pull a right turn here and they go Lewis Pullman, who is Sentry
Sentry in Thunderbolts.
in Thunderbolts. We
Which,
get
like,
another
is-
Thunderbolts.
The more I see this promotional materials for Thunderbolts, I'm like, Sentry's going to be like, I think he's like maybe like the force we're messing with here. Like,
This might be like this guy's next level.
Like,
this
he-
is
he
like
might be-
Superman level. Like,
he might be bringing some
A guy.
business, and it's like, oh, he's on the team, and and
well,
then it's like, no, he's not.
He's both.
Yeah,
There's Sentry and the Void. They are one and the same.
So Thunderbolts, he'll be in it, and then wow, big role in Doomsday, or at least a role,
yeah, a role.
a role.
Like,
All right,
Well, and we're finding out, like, man, what happens in Thunderbolts looks like it may have a big hand in what's happening in Doomsday.
the Avengers are not coming.
Yes.
I like the promo for this too. All right, keep it rolling. This is great.
Next, Danny Ramirez, Falcon.
Falcon,
You
new
know,
Falcon.
he's healed up, I guess, from his big
Yeah.
incident.
He was fine. They were already like hand
Yeah.
slapping. He's like, "You're going to be an Avenger." I guess he is.
Next, we get Joseph Quinn.
Dexter.
Close.
Human Torch.
Guys, if you see Dexter, the original show, his name's Joey Quinn, Andy.
I know.
That's
He's one of my favorite characters. I
he's-
love
This
that
is
guy.
the new.
This is the original Dexter series. There's a character called Joey Quinn, Joseph Quinn. He's a detective.
Oh, yeah.
And he kind of starts off kind of like you hate him. He does a good
yeah,
job of like
he's
playing-
kind of a jerk.
and then you end up being like, this is one of the best characters.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah.
he's really tormented. And all right, so anyway,
Sure.
Joseph Quinn, who's
Joseph
playing
Quinn,
Johnny
Human Torch.
Storm
Yes.
in the Fantastic Four. I
Correct.
can mix up Fantastic Four and Dexter fandoms. You're
It's
welcome.
fine. Yeah.
That's fun. I wasn't mixed
Carry
up.
over.
What else you got?
Next, David Harbour.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Mother Russia.
Next one, Winston Duke.
I don't know who that is.
M'Baku.
M'Baku.
Oh, and a little Black Panther.
Yeah.
And presumably like the new king of Wakanda. Like
I
spoiler
guess.
alert for Wakanda Forever. I mean, you just remember that's how it ended.
Yeah, we're just gonna go. We should just go spoiler alert for the whole MCU by now.
Yeah,
at this
because
point.
this is pulling things from
Yeah, I don't want to.
everywhere.
I don't want to say it anymore for this segment.
I know. just quit.
just
Just go edit that.
Guess
to the
what?
at the beginning.
Yeah, I'll just cut all these out except for this part.
We got
except for us,
another,
this part where we talked about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We got another Thunderbolt in Hannah John Kamen, who is Ghost.
Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes.
And if you, I mean, I like doing the little of like, oh, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that. Oh, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
She was in an explosion where her dad was also studying quantum energy, and it caused her to be this ghost thing that was like kind of phasing in and out of reality.
Yeah.
And it caused her pain. She ended up trying to kill Ant-Man, but they fix her whenever Hope's mom that they found, Hank Pym's wife, they brought her back from the quantum realm, and with her new quantum powers, she like heals
Right.
Ghost, and she has like her stuff under control. So in Thunderbolts, I think we're gonna see like what's it like when Ghost has like the full control over this.
Sure.
thing.
I mean, she seems like she's some sort of assassin.
Yeah.
Next, one of the biggest ones that you could probably ever think of, and that's Tom Hiddleston.
I know him.
Oh, I don't think I have heard this one yet.
Yeah, I mean,
like you're
it's-
seeing me react
when
to
they're
this live.
when they're panning back, you start to get the
You're
Oh, yeah,
you're
that-
talking about.
and you're just like internally you're freaking out.
I'm
You're like, we know what this means, and then it slowly
Yeah.
pans back, and Tom Hiddleston, you're like, wow.
I was watching Brandon Davis's live stream for most of the 5.5
Yes.
hours of this,
Yeah.
and that was the best part because they'd just go from a little bit of silence, and they'd play like
It would-
10-second clip
yeah,
of
it would
like
slowly
it's an
start to
Avenger,
like
if they play
fade
the
in.
Avengers theme. They kind of kept doing that, so you would get a little bit of hint, and then you'd see the chat. Everybody'd start guessing. It was awesome. It was like a day that like time stopped, and this 5 hours didn't really feel like 5 hours, honestly.
Yeah, and BD was doing his thing
The whole time.
Phase Hero just yelling. I loved it. Loki, man, you got me
Loki.
excited.
What does that even mean
I mean,
for
it's-
this movie?
It's such high stakes with that like center of time, and like
Yeah.
like if you get this like Chris Hemsworth and Loki reunion,
yeah.
like a Loki that's really lived and like being able to meet back up and maybe even like team up, like. And I'm like into like that big cosmic story. Like
Yeah.
I want that with like Galactus and the Silver Surfer and like eternity and death, and like I want to like get into this Marvel stuff. Like
Yeah.
let's go bring back some of this.
From Thor's perspective, Loki's been dead for years.
But he's died before.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
He'd see him back and be like, of course. Like I'm just
No
having
coming back this time.
I watched it last night, Infinity War.
Yeah,
I couldn't help it.
I
Like
watched it
I
just the
literally
other
just was
day.
like, I was like, am I gonna rewatch Iron Man? I was like, no. All right, Scotty, keep it going. MCU
All right,
town,
yeah.
baby. You're in it right now.
Next, we
This
get
is
that
Doomsday.
We get that X-Men '97 theme,
Oh man,
and they pan back to Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. Here we go, Professor
Yeah,
X,
Professor X
from the Singer films,
and you're like, man,
from Multiverse of Madness.
how can it get any better than this? And then they hit you with the Ian McKellen.
Magneto,
Magneto.
lives.
Like the OG Magneto. Like I was freaking out at that point. I was like, man, this is crazy. And then they do it again.
It's gonna be a total secret. Well, we'll get there.
And then they
we'll
hit
get there.
you
Who
with-
else we got?
They hit you with Alan Cumming. Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
From X2.
I saw him. He did a video on his Instagram, like of him.
Yeah,
like,
he was jumping around.
jumping around.
Yeah, hilarious.
How cool is it for these people, do you think, to
I
go
think
back
it's
to
great.
this? Like, I can't even imagine.
I commented on somebody's post and said something along the lines of like, "Let these guys come back. Like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
They're not done. We can do we can do a lot more."
I think the fan base is divided.
Yeah.
Between like, man, we really want new blood.
But who really
like,
wants?
let's pass the torch.
Are there like young? I say young, like new generation comic book fans that are like, I want a new Cyclops that's young. Like,
Actually,
is that happening in
Yeah,
the world
it-
where they're
it
like,
is
no,
happening.
I don't want your old Cyclops. Like,
There are people who are such huge fans of the original X-Men movies that are so opposed to these people coming back simply because they don't want to have to lean on that old stuff.
yeah,
And I don't know. I don't get it.
I think you
I
could
don't
do
think
both.
They,
You
I don't,
can do-
yeah, I don't
like-
think they understand what this multiverse phase is.
well, and also coming from the mindset of like, use what you got and like lean in. Like, you have a lot, and you do have a lot of fans that, I'm sorry, but aren't going to be dead for hopefully 30 to 50 years.
Right.
If I'm being generous for all of us. Like, I'm just saying, like, there is a lot to do with like the whole generation of like, make an amazing Cyclops. And like, I don't want to lie, like, are we getting a Cyclops? Why don't you continue with the casting?
We'll go
This
with
is a
the next chair.
I like how we're trickling in the stuff as we go, though. It
Yeah.
leaves a little bit to be desired.
The-
Who's left?
The next chair, we get the OG Mystique, Rebecca Romaine.
Oh, nice.
And I don't think there was any chance Jennifer Lawrence was going to come back
How is that
to
possible,
do
though?
this. I think when she talked about whichever the last one she was in,
I mean,
Phoenix,
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix,
So bad.
she
It was so bad.
she
guys.
was so done, and they killed her fairly quickly at the beginning of the movie because I think she openly like said, "Man, I'm just so done with this."
I mean, she was the central focal point, rightfully
Oh,
so,
yeah.
of Days of Future Past.
Sure.
Which was, I thought, like, that movie holds up. You watch that
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
That movie holds up.
I
That's
think
a good-
First Class is good as well.
Me too. I think you pair those together, you got
Mhm.
like a real great combo. Like
Yeah.
those films with the Singer films.
Mhm.
It's a real experience. All right, let's get back to the cast.
Next one, we get Cyclops, James Marsden. He's back.
And that's it. And so I did see some set photos, which you guys know I don't like.
That's not real. Don't worry.
No, not real.
That's from
Okay.
They just started filming.
It
Yeah.
looked pretty legit, though.
no. That was
No,
from
this is AI.
that
Someone
was
put it
from-
out.
That came out when before Deadpool and Wolverine came out.
Oh yeah.
and I'm
100%
wondering
right.
if
Yes.
they released purposely some set photos of people that weren't in the movie to
It was a
divert
red
people's
herring,
attentions.
for sure.
I that could very well be it.
Yeah.
But because I agree, it looked really good, but I think that's not current because I've heard right they don't even have the script completed yet for this movie.
Well done. Because anyone out there was like me seeing that stuff, I was kind of like drawn in. All right, who else we got?
Next, we get, I think a lot of people freaked out over this one. Channing Tatum. Woo, he's about to make a name for himself in the Avengers movie.
Dude, you saw my face just now even. My eyes rolled out of my head. I think I said in the group chat, like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what in the... I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what?
We got to talk theories on how all of this is going to fit together.
I mean, how does he
How?
make it into the movie and it's not...
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
All right,
And
let's
we'll
go-
get to that
All
at
right,
the end.
was that it? That was all of
No.
it, right?
one
no.
more or two more technically.
We got Pedro Pascal. Of
Oh.
course.
The
Of
Fantastic
course.
Four are there. We
Yeah,
got it.
we've
Yeah.
rounded out the Fantastic Four.
But,
and of
but
course,
they had to leave him at the end because he's the Last of Us.
and then the very last one, the doors in the back of the studio crack open.
this is the moment.
And you see a figure walking up with a chair, slaps the chair down. Robert Downey Jr. He sits in the chair. He leans over, and
What- he
gives
said
you the old-
something.
gives you the wink.
He said something, didn't he? Didn't he say, like, we got
I think he just gave a little
Yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he gave a little
Yeah,
silence.
just shush.
Little
the
shush.
which I believe he did in his goodbye speech after he died in Endgame. I believe he did that same exact thing. That's what I got to rewatch it.
Yeah.
You're probably going to rewatch it before me. Let me know if you see that. I'm
We're-
trying to just look at every single Easter egg that this thing could have, and that's like I've thought of so many theories for this movie that I cannot wait to talk about.
And that's what we'll talk about next. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. When I'm looking to catch the latest flick or indulge in a film classic, there's no place like the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema at the City Foundry, St. Louis, Missouri. It's where cinema and comfort collide, with plush seats, state-of-the-art visuals, and a menu that's a blockbuster in its own right. For you movie buffs that can't get enough, check out the Alamo Season Pass. For just $19.99 a month, you can watch as many movies as you want, up to one per day. It's the ultimate ticket for those who live and breathe movies. That's not all. The Alamo Drafthouse is more than just movies. It's an experience, with events that celebrate film culture, trivia nights that test your movie knowledge, and a bar that's a tribute to cinematic absurdity. It's the ultimate hangout for anyone who loves a good story. You can also book the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema for your private events, birthdays, celebration, corporate events, or even staple events like our Screen and Social. So whether you're a diehard cinephile or just in for a good time, join me and the crew at 3765 Foundry Way in St. Louis, Missouri. Dive into their showtimes and events at www.drafthouse.com. And don't forget to tell them Mostly Superheroes sent you, because every movie night should be legendary. Hey squad, Logan here. You know what keeps our adventures fueled? The incredible brews from Four Hands Brewing Company. They've been our go-to craft brewery since 2012. Our studio fridge is always stocked with their finest, from Citywide Light to Incarnation to Divided Sky to Chocolate Milk Stout, along with the latest seasonal and small batch releases. Whether you're downtown, Kirkwood, the district in Chesterfield, or passing through St. Louis Lambert Airport, Four Hands has you covered. Grab a cold Citywide. They're a philanthropic brew created to give back to the St. Louis community. Since its launch in 2016, Citywide has raised over $300,000 for local nonprofits. For every case sold, $1 is donated to carefully selected charities. If you're in the mood for something different, check out Four Hands Extended Family 1220 Spirits and Withered Oak. They've got cocktails, seltzers, and non-alcoholic options to quench any thirst. And a special deal for you Mostly Superheroes fans. Mention Mostly Superheroes or the password MOSTLY to your bartender at any Four Hands location and you get your second beer free. Must be 21 years of age to redeem. Again, go to any Four Hands location, mention Mostly Superheroes, password MOSTLY, and get your second beer on us and Four Hands. Limited time promotion. Get it while supplies last. Visit them in person or head over to fourhandsbrewery.com. Follow them at Four Hands Brewing Co. on Instagram and social media. Cheers to great beers and even better times with Four Hands Brewing Company. Hey superhero fans, it's Logan here from Mostly Superheroes. To celebrate 40 years of Voltron, we've got something truly special for you. The Little People Collector Voltron 40th Anniversary Gold Label Set. This buildable set features the 5 original Defenders: Keith, Lance, Pidge, Hunk, and Princess Allura. Each figure comes with a helmet featuring a metallic finish and clear visors, except for Pidge, who needed room for his glasses. But that's not all. These Space Explorer figures are packaged in individual lions that you can assemble to form the mighty robot Voltron, ready to defend the universe from King Zarkon and his nasty Robeasts. Head to store.voltron.com, linked up in the description of this podcast episode, and snag yours today. You can get 15% off your order by using promo code MOSTLY at checkout. That's store.voltron.com, and remember to use promo code MOSTLY.
Hi, everyone. I'm interrupting this podcast to talk about another podcast. Hi, I'm Randy Naughton. You know that lady from TV for so many years? Well, I too have a podcast called More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people. And when I say interesting, I mean amazing people. What about the Mac Daddy of all sportscasters, Bob Costas? Phyllis from The Office. Phyllis Smith is her name. Alan Hunter, one of the original MTV VJs. We talk to people about medicine, about tech, about travel, you name it. Great conversations. Now, they're, again, not interviews. They're conversations. So you never know where they're going to take us. Make sure when you're done with this podcast, check mine out. It's called More to Say with Randy Naughton, available wherever you stream your podcast.
Sailor Moon fans, get ready. We have an event coming up for you at the Fabulous Fox in St. Louis, Missouri. Tuesday, April 8th. Prepare to be enchanted. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon The Super Live. The groundbreaking 2.5D musical is bringing the iconic Sailor Moon universe to life like never before. This stunning stage adaptation, based on the legendary manga and anime, transports audiences into a dazzling world of magic, friendship, and justice. With its electrifying performances, unforgettable choreography, and show-stopping music, this production was the first ever 2.5D musical to hit North American stages, ushering in a new era of live theater that merges the visual style of manga and anime with the immersive power of live performance. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon The Super Live is a one-of-a-kind experience that will captivate fans of all ages. With book, lyrics, and direction by Kari Mira, who you'll recognize from The Musical Prince of Tennis and Tokyo Revengers the Musical. Choreography by Satomi Toma, and music by Go Sakabi and Kyohi. This is your chance to see Sailor Moon like never before, live on stage in a spectacular 2.5D musical event. Feel the magic, witness the excitement, and be part of the phenomenon that's captured the hearts of millions worldwide. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon The Super Live, Tuesday, April 8th at the Fabulous Fox in St. Louis. Get tickets now at fabulousfox.com. Enter to win tickets from Mostly Superheroes, the podcast, at mostlysuperheroes.com/contests. Don't miss your chance to see Sailor Moon live. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Super Live at the Fabulous Fox in St. Louis. Tuesday, April 8th. Get your tickets now at fabulousfox.com. Welcome back from the break. You heard the lineup from Avengers Doomsday. Now we'll do theories, who wasn't listed, stuff like that. Scotty, you were about to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to go over real quick who wasn't listed. Because a lot of people were like, oh my God, how could you leave out this person? Or what about this person? And they have said there's still room for more.
Yes.
Right.
That was
just because this is who they announced doesn't mean that's the only cast.
Yeah, it was just it was this.
It's not just going to be those 25 people and that's it.
Right, yeah, because I mean, we
Like,
also.
oh, you wanted more?
And if you did or didn't, doesn't matter.
Right.
If you saw Infinity War or Endgame, and if you would have done the same thing for those movies, think about how many chairs you would have had, and like how many rounds it would take.
Yeah,
of
they could do this all day.
like how many.
I think
how many chairs did they do? How many
It was
cast?
25.
25. Like
That's
we're
a
talking
lot.
about but I mean, how many people were in Infinity War and Endgame?
Right. But we don't know.
Like really, how many was it? It was like 120 probably. Like it was.
Yeah, I've never.
But some
I've
of those
never
people
looked up
showed
the
up
real number.
for 5 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Like, you think Channing Tatum's at the front and center of this movie?
No, absolutely not.
Let's get into it. What do you want to talk about?
I have a theory that half the people that we saw on this are going to be dead in the first 30 minutes of the movie to pump up Doctor Doom, because we're not getting a lot of. I don't really know how much Doom is going to be in the Fantastic Four, but they have to take him from 0 to 100 very quickly. And what's a better way to do that than maybe movie opens with him just obliterating the X-Men universe, and we see immediately to pump him up all of the old people, all the Fox people, which we ironically just had the Green Day Time of Your Life goodbye to, and Deadpool and Wolverine.
No
all of
accident.
them killed again.
You're
I could see
right.
that.
You're totally right. I think you're hitting it.
That's
right now.
that's one of my main theory that I have the most confidence in, other than the fact that I think, and these two could both be one and the same or not. I think that he's RDJ is coming back as Iron Man in either this or Secret Wars, maybe both. And I think that part of the reason why that they brought him on as Doom in the first place was for it to be normal for him to be on set. He was caught on set. If there was any leaked things, it's normal for him to be there. This movie could just come out and all of a sudden he's Iron Man for half of it. He could also be Doom. I don't know. There's a lot that can be done there. Obviously, those are ways that can be used to pump up Doom as a massive villain. I mean, not everyone's going to know automatically how badass he is. So I think that's my biggest theory right now.
That's a really good. I really think that's a fair share. Like, that's hitting a chord for me too. Like we talked about X-Men 97. We talked about Deadpool and Wolverine. We're going to do a re-release of our Deadpool and Wolverine episode. That's like a trimmer cut of our review, just cutting it down. So watch for that, because that movie was so good and so much came out of that mutant wise that like I think they also made some bets, but I could also see them just wiping them out quickly, and you get like a Gambit that's like, oh, what's happening? And like these guys wiped out. So
Yeah. But I think that also could lend to, like what Scott said, people are going to be pissed. Like, especially the people that you mentioned that don't want these classic characters from like the Singerverse to come back. I think that can end very quickly. I think that's going to make those people very mad. But I mean, Marvel offers these people money to come back as these characters. I think they're going to say yes, and it's for a good cause. I mean, it's not gonna. They're not nerfing these people like they nerfed in the like Reed Richards in the Doctor Strange movie. when he
Multiverse
got
of
turned into
Madness.
spaghetti. Like it
Yeah.
could be something like that. Is what made me think of it. Like they're not against just immediately killing type of variants to make a villain look stronger.
And in that spirit, like who was not listed?
Okay, so who was not listed?
Like if you look at it that way, you're kind of like, okay, you listed all these people.
We didn't get Hulk. We didn't
Right.
get She-Hulk.
You're like, yeah, come on. You're getting Hulk.
We didn't get either Hawkeye,
You're getting one
new
of them.
or old.
You gotta get one of them.
We didn't get Miss Marvel. We didn't get Captain Marvel. We didn't get Binary
Who's that?
or Spectrum or whoever you want to call her.
Who's that?
Teyana Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, from
Uh,
Photon,
Yes.
Who
there you go.
we know,
from WandaVision, and from the Marvels.
from the Marvels
Yeah,
is with Beast,
oh man, I know
who was
exact-
in this movie.
exactly like all of a sudden that end credit scene is like. I mean, it's always been important to me, but like here we go.
Sadly, we got no Eternals. Zero.
Not even like Harry Styles.
Won't hold my breath.
Yeah.
I think we'll see payoffs for some credit scenes in this movie. Like
We did
obviously the
not.
Marvels.
You know this.
But I don't think we'll see that one.
This generation just didn't deserve the Eternals.
I
I'll
don't
just
think
say
so
that.
either.
I
You know,
just-
over time, it has definitely
Like,
grown on me.
exactly. People are gonna go back and just come talk to us in 20 years when you all
Yeah.
wake up. That movie's been waiting on you.
No Wong, no Doctor Strange, no Clea.
Like, yeah, you're getting Doctor Strange and Wong.
You've got to get one or the other. No Deadpool, no Wolverine.
Yeah, they're not.
No
And
Spidey?
again, they've never done these casting announcements, so it's also like a big experiment. Like where we're gonna announce, and I've liked it. Like with Dexter, the new show Dexter, they're
Mhm.
doing casting announcements, and I'm like, that is kind of cool. Like because you
Yeah.
don't know exactly what a character is gonna
Sure.
be. You don't know what's gonna happen with Channing Tatum.
Half of these people, I mean, there were no character names on these chairs, just actors.
Yeah,
I mean, for all we know, these could all just be our universe's version of Professor X, who has no powers.
That's a good point. I mean, that's what
Who
I'm saying.
knows?
You don't know who they're actually playing. People make assumptions.
but you know what? This
But-
this casting announcement though is so intentional, and like the lineup that you show is definitely like a first round of
Sure.
like this thing.
And they want us to do this.
Well,
They want the
You're-
speculation.
You're getting this Fox. You're getting the speculation. It'll make you go back and watch Deadpool Wolverine
Yep.
more.
Yeah.
You know,
No Wasp. And a lot of people will probably be like, oh, we don't care. The Wasp.
I like
But
Wasp.
Evangeline Lilly retired.
Evangeline
she-
Lilly.
She has said she's retired. So
Well,
whatever that means.
we'll get her back for a Lost reunion too. So.
No X-23, no Blade, no Elektra, who we all know was left with Gambit.
I mean, you're talking about the last Avengers team, really.
We got
is the Void going to be part of this movie? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, could that be
Loki.
Well,
a Battle
here's-
World in some
here's the thing.
Secret
I think,
Wars?
we get into
scenario?
some theories
I
here.
think
Let's do it.
I think
got
the
all sorts.
Void. I think the Void is part of the Thunderbolts, and I think the
Really?
Thunderbolts.
Why do you think that?
I think the Thunderbolts get rid of the Void, and the Sentry is part of this
Okay.
movie. I don't think the Void will have anything
Because of comic book lore?
just because of comic book lore.
Oh my God, Andy, he just blew our brains.
No Guardians, no Peter Quill,
Where's that Star
no
Lord?
Drax, none of the new Guardians team, no, none of them, no Groot.
All right, let's talk about what we think.
No Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that makes sense. It's
Well,
a Marvel
exactly.
announcement.
It's
Not
almost
Sony. So
Well, you know what? It's kind of funny too, because it's kind of like whenever Robert Downey Jr. came out on that Comic-Con stage for Doomsday and was like, "I'm Doom." If we would have been like, "All right, who's not in it?"
Right.
yeah,
And we only had 25.
that's true. But
So
what
maybe- I don't know, maybe I'll
Spidey
cut
is?
that part.
I
I
think
don't
they're
know.
leaving that for the question because what Spider-Man are we going to see or how many? That's what most people want to see.
Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Let's do theories. Like, I mean, I feel like this is definitely going to be a mashup of like doing like. Here's the thing: this movie doesn't have a lot to like lean on.
Or lead up to it right now.
Or
They
lead
gotta
up to.
go.
Yeah, we've got no kind of inklings.
Like, let's just get
Or
into
do
this.
we?
Let's get
think
into
we
it.
do.
Let's get into what this movie is going to be.
I think we've got what
and like
we need.
and like let's like the title of this episode is going to be like Avengers Doomsday predictions once and for all, because like
Yeah.
I want to make some calls and look back and be like, because what can they do?
I thought about this all weekend, guys.
yeah.
I've been
I know
living
it's-
for this moment
This
right
is
here.
the moment.
You can go back and you can bookmark it. You can roadhouse it. I know what's happening.
Lay it out. I want to skip to the good stuff.
no.
Fantastic Four. They are in a world of their own.
Okay,
There's no one else there. They're fighting Galactus.
right,
Galactus is going to win.
and it's like a
And they are
Okay.
going to do their best to escape that dimension
okay,
and cause an incursion.
and this is going to be like the secret. This is going to be like the ultimate
This is
storyline.
This is what Doctor Strange and Clea left to go investigate.
Yeah, you're talking MCU like concept here of like they've got this Fantastic Four living in another time that's not the current MCU.
Correct.
A different universe. They lose. It starts going down. We gotta act like this is a typical Reed Richards kind of move of like let's jump somewhere.
We got to get out of here.
we got to get out of here.
Maybe
And they're gonna
Doom,
land. You think they'll land here?
Maybe Doom is
I say here, like the MCU.
somewhere someone they already know, and they've got to go to Doom and say, "We need to stop this. We need to save who we can. Let's try and merge our world with another world."
You think they'll set up Doom as like
That creates an incursion.
You think they'll set up a Doom that exists in this
I
Fantastic
think they
Four
set
movie?
up a Doom that exists.
It's not like you meet Doom like you did in the old
I
movie.
think maybe halfway, 3/4 of the way, we're gonna get Doom in Fantastic Four,
Okay.
just to give him a little bit of character.
I like this. Like kind of a drop in and just like a villain that's got some clout and
I think Doomsday is going to start with an incursion
into the MCU.
of maybe Fantastic Four into the MCU,
Yeah.
or another world with the X-Men universe.
Possibly where
And these
Photon is now with
Correct.
Beast. That would make a lot of sense.
these worlds are going to come together. They're going to fight, and then that's going to create another incursion that's going to bring the X-Men and the Fantastic Four to our MCU,
I like this 'cause
creating another incursion.
I feel like this is like the studio and Scott's like this is that new show. With
I
Seth
need
Rogen.
I need a
Like,
whiteboard
I mean
with like pictures.
but you're
and,
doing
like,
you're
yes.
doing such a good job that I'm kind of like that's true. And then like but like the audience, I'm just thinking about this audience. Like what is like the next Avengers movie to like the audience? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's gonna come off of you're so right. It's gonna
hinge
it's coming
on
on-
Fantastic Four.
and Deadpool and Wolverine. There's not a lot of else to like hook on to story wise to like have an Avengers movie, and that's why the Russo brothers they've got them.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Okay, they did a great job.
and
They
The
said
Russo brothers,
they said like this,
not much success
otherwise.
otherwise.
Yeah,
From the two Avengers movie since then.
right, which is fine,
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Go-
You're really effing good at this.
and maybe that's why RDJ is back too. Is like this is my you know what it's kind of my wheelhouse here.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's just play.
Yeah.
Like I'm like the fans should be like I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Like you got
Yeah.
RDJ back, you got the Russo brothers in, like people willing to get paid to spend some time on this project. This is good. But they've said it's a beginning movie.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an ending, like literally in the title, end game. Like that was an ending to a perfect saga.
Sure.
Like you talk about a bow on it. So here we just don't have like there's nothing to wrap up. Like
Yeah.
as much as I love everything that's happened, there's Deadpool and Wolverine that was successful. There was like if you just look back over time, like they're gonna like that's it. It seems like they're mashing up Deadpool, Wolverine, and Fantastic Four, and then you got to work in like Sam Wilson.
Yeah, like you
You got to
have
work in
Sure.
Doctor Strange.
the
Well, I
Thunderbolts.
mean,
The Thunderbolts.
Why is Loki in this?
remember they were
I think that's gonna
trying
be
to
the key.
build back the Avengers.
Okay, Thunderbolts and Loki. Thunderbolts and Loki are big.
I think Loki's the key to everything in this movie.
Oh, of course, because
And
So people
he
should,
has got to be. He has got to know how these incursions are happening. He's got it all literally in his hands.
yeah, it's true because I think Loki's gonna be more or less taking the place, or the explainer for Kang being gone now. I mean, they're gonna have to go that route somewhere, and I think that's the pivot. Is his tree of life is gonna be a big part of this movie. Is that what it's called? What is it? What's the actual name for it?
I don't remember.
Like that.
the tree timeline, like
Yeah.
They showed it at the
so,
very
like
end.
people should go back and watch Loki. Are we gonna see Jonathan Majors?
People are going to have to go back and watch everything.
Is Jonathan Majors coming back?
He is not coming back.
He didn't get a chair for some reason.
Yeah, I think that one's probably. There was a chance until just recently. There was some sort of voicemail where he admitted he had the altercation and did some stuff, and I think maybe that might have put the nail in his coffin. There was a chance, I think.
Yeah, I like this theory because to me, I'm just thinking of how all these people get together, and that if there's an incursion between the Fantastic Four world, wherever that takes place, and where Photon and Beast are, maybe all these other X-Men are on that same planet, universe, whatever, and that would give, if Photon is killed or disappears, they're probably already trying to find her. Obviously, Captain Marvel is, but if she gets just nerfed, destroyed by Doctor Doom, that's going to give a reason for the Avengers, including Captain Marvel, to be in this. Obviously, she wasn't in the chair, but high likelihood that she's in one or two of these movies.
Yeah, and she wasn't in Infinity War.
Yeah, that's true.
In credit scene.
Yeah,
But I
in
feel
credit
like,
scene.
yeah, they're gonna.
Well, and she wasn't
the
even in
firepower.
that. That was
Just her
a-
logo
Yeah,
on the beeper.
sure. So you might get some teasers to some of these other characters, but
And we know because of Daredevil Born Again, spoiler alert,
Daredevil also not in.
Yeah,
casting chair.
he'll be there. But we got Miss Marvel out in L.A. We got West
Yeah.
Coast Avengers maybe taking place.
Yeah,
And when's the next Spider-Man movie? Is there gonna be a Spider-Man movie before
they're
this?
talking to, no.
See, there's not.
I mean, Doomsday is next year.
how is that possible? I bet they're just shitting the bed over there at Marvel. I bet it's oh man, guys.
They
there's
got a lot of work to do.
you got to look at the whole MCU timeline.
But
and
it's April.
it is right. But I mean, there's so many actors.
This is
And-
what,
and,
July of next
the
year?
The Infinity Saga was so good.
Well,
If
you go back
and I'm not I'm not trying to say you got to replicate the saga.
Sure.
But all right, let's just talk about Endgame and Infinity War and Age of Ultron and the Avengers. These movies are so good. And they have such a bar to hit.
Mhm.
I'm just are you gonna hit this? I mean, after Deadpool and Wolverine, I was confident, but man, after Captain America, I'm a little shaky.
Yeah.
So
I go back and I look at phase 1, 2, and 3, and I don't see a lot of groundwork for Infinity War and Endgame as far as just the little tidbits and pieces that we got here and there for Thanos and the stones. Just so small. Until
But
you
also
got to
huge.
one thing, but also huge.
listen,
But,
there's
I
a
mean,
reason this
but
episode's on the
this is
freaking
the-
agenda.
this
We're gonna
is the
talk through the whole.
multiverse
We're gonna talk
saga.
We're gonna talk through this, Infinity
And we've
Saga.
gotten so much more multiverse in this saga
It's too
than
much.
than we got of Stones and Thanos in the first saga.
But I mean, if you just look through, there is such a common thread of the Tesseract, and
Sure.
and the Infinity Stones and Thanos from the get-go, looking back, from the get-go, even they didn't know which way they were gonna go. I've watched some documentaries lately and read the books, and they didn't know which way they were gonna go, but they leaned into what they had done. So I'm just curious, since Endgame, we've just had this crazy road of WandaVision and Loki and Moon Knight and
Multiverse.
and multiverse,
But it's
and
been happening. Like
It's
this
been happening.
is that saga,
And they've shown
it's
a lot.
leading up to this.
So-
just like the Tesseract,
It's the same
and
thing.
Vision Stone,
Oh, I see.
and like led up to.
Well, this is where they failed a little bit as a company, is like keeping that thread like accessible for me and Andy, because you've got it. Like you're in.
Sure.
And I mean, me and Andy are like, we're in, but we're also like, what are you gonna like lean into? I hear you though, because like
I think the problem is
I've pulled
people are
enough.
complaining about the multiverse, and that's what this phase is.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not complaining.
I know you're not.
We go
complaining,
go
but-
one title at a time, and we're
Sure,
honest, you know.
sure.
But I'm just like how like this movie, like what is success in the first place, like, but it's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
Like they're going for a big
this
box
is $1 billion
office.
or bust.
So when that's on the line and it's Disney, you're gonna have to pick like 5 threads to put in this movie.
Mhm.
I think that we've talked about like 10 or 15 threads.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's kind of getting to like that's where it's fun. Is like, all right, well, where are they gonna land? Hopefully, it's like primo, right? Like pick us up from. I feel like you got to learn, like lean on what you got.
Yeah.
You got this Deadpool and Wolverine. They're in.
Yeah.
You've got this Fantastic Four. You're in. You've got Thunderbolts. That's smart. Like go all in on these. Give us a movie. Tie it together. Bring back some old faces. And make it a good story. And like it's a part 1, part 2. So maybe.
I think they should have let the Thunderbolts off of this.
Yeah, it's a
It's
lot.
a huge spoiler for Thunderbolts.
It's a lot to
that
bring in.
Every character but one obviously survives this film.
It could be a full-on misdirection, though.
Yeah,
They could
very
do that
well
just
could
to mess
be,
with us.
but
Yeah,
They-
yeah.
They did put a fake Hulk in a trailer once.
We'll
so-
never forget and the Hulk just running in Wakanda with the
Yeah.
group of people.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that was definitely a different movie than what we got.
Yeah, yeah.
That one I'll never forget.
And there's a lot of stuff
But-
that we said we wouldn't forget. Like all these, like, what
We
if
forgot it?
No, we haven't forgotten. Like, I didn't forget Pietro and WandaVision, and I didn't forget that
Oh, yeah.
That could be a
Val.
payoff.
I didn't forget that Val and U.S. Agent were in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I didn't forget that Shannon was at the end of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Shannon, the CIA agent that
Hmm.
lived across the hall from Steve Rogers,
Yeah.
and she may be a Skrull and is definitely a bad guy and was the power broker. I didn't forget about that.
Yes.
Like,
I just
where's
saw that
that at?
episode the other day. Why did they not? Yeah. That could very well be a part
I mean,
of the movie.
this is their chance to tie everything up.
Yeah. Jonathan
Right.
Majors didn't help. So, I mean, a lot of the people getting mad about the path that they're on, like they had to pivot somehow. And I think I so far I love what they're doing.
Well, I'm calling this the road to Avengers Doomsday, and this will be like our part 1 of the episode. I don't know how many parts we'll even do, but I know
Do
that
another part after Thunderbolts, another part after Fantastic Four.
I'll tell you what part 2 is we've been talking about a Marvel episode for a long time, and I've decided what I want it to be. Like the story of Marvel's out there. Like you can read The Reign of Marvel Studios. There's documentaries. I was going to tell you guys about one on Prime Video called Icons, like revealed or unveiled. Icons Unveiled, I think. And they do like different fandoms and just pull back the layer in a documentary. And they did Marvel. That was really good. Just the whole story from comics all the way through. And there's a lot to talk about there. There's a cool history of showing how comics have always been like a part of society and a reaction to things going on. Like you can kind of see like, and then become like what works. So it's like it's really fun. But what I want this episode to be is just talking through the timeline. So I think like the road to Doomsday and like with this casting announcement, it'll be good to just talk through the Marvel universe. And I just want to do it like straight up, like pull up the Disney timeline on Disney Plus, the whole MCU, and just talk it out. Like literally just like kind of like from the beginning, from a storyteller perspective, not a studio perspective or anything like that, like just pure storytelling. And then like get into the Multiverse Saga and like kind of break down like, well, that was that character. That was what was happening. Like, oh, don't forget it. And like kind of bring up old in credit scenes.
Oh, yeah.
And then just kind of, we'll get to the new stuff and be like, what's this? What are these movies going to be? Because we can kind of start to guess what they are and try to help the fans get some insight along with Phase Hero and Jock and Nerd and IGN and all the people out. Screen Rant's doing amazing work out here. So anything else on the Doomsday list? This is our Doomsday Avengers prep episode. We'll just call it part 1. Scotty, anything?
I think I said it all. That was a lot.
Andy,
I have more.
what you got?
Oh, here we go.
Spider-Man 4 comes out 2 months after this movie. That's pretty peculiar.
Tough word.
So I don't know what he could play in this or what that movie is gonna do. It has a lot. It has a lot of weight on its shoulders being in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. So with Spidey, I don't know. Sky's the limit. As well as one thing we talked about or didn't talk about it being a part of this potential movie based on Deadpool and Wolverine is if like anchor beings could be a big part of it. That's another thing that could be a huge part of the movie, especially with Secret Wars when we know we're going to see indiscriminate use of variants.
Nice.
Who knows what we're going to get? Who knows what we're going to get?
Wolverine quote. Nice. Nice take, Andy. Yeah, good call.
But I think that's all I got. But I'll wake up in the middle of the night tomorrow and think of something else because all I can think about is this movie right now. I'm so excited.
Hit that what you watching button. See if you can find it.
What you watching?
All right, you got 2 minutes to do your what you watchins. Let's go one at a time. Andy, you're up first. I want to hear all about Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up, in theaters now. Just came out a couple weeks ago. I got to screen this thanks to Catch Up Entertainment. Shout out to them for allowing me to do that. It took me a while to figure out how to actually do it. But finally got the link working. Watched this movie last weekend with my wife. She fell out of interest very quickly, but I was living my Saturday morning baby giggler times of just watching Looney Tunes and just laughing my ass off. Like this was way funnier than I thought it was going to be. Like they do a good job of having that hidden adult humor sometimes, or sometimes it's just right in your face. But basically it's like a sci-fi type movie. Porky Pig and Daffy Duck are like basically brothers. They're raised by this farmer at the very beginning. He passes away and leaves them a house. It becomes damaged. There's a story about.
No spoilers.
I mean, this is the first few minutes. It's in the
I mean,
trailer.
this is just straight up plot.
It's Looney Tunes. It's Looney Tunes.
All right, so it's like Looney Tunes with live action, like
no live action. It's fully animated.
It's fully animated. Okay.
Brought me back to the same classic, like just Looney Tunes spiel. I mean, I'm a huge fan of, and this thing had me like not tearing up, but I was pretty close sometimes. Like the brotherhood between these two, they definitely play on that. It's pretty cool. It brought me back. It was a really nice like throwback to go back.
Where
to
do we watch
childhood.
it?
So right now it's in theaters.
So it's in theaters. You got to screen it.
And then as well, now they just announced today that Coyote vs. Acme. That's what it was. Coyote vs. Acme, which was shelved a few years ago, similar to on HBO, similar to the Batgirl movie. They decided Catch Up Entertainment saved the movie, so they pulled it out of the vault, and we're going to see another Looney Tunes movie. That this one does have live action and animated, featuring my boy John Cena,
Will Forte.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Will Forte. That's what I've seen the pictures from.
Yeah, sitting in a courtroom.
Sitting in a courtroom.
Next to Coyote.
That looks hilarious.
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this one, I mean, this is just a movie that's good for everybody. Take the kids; they'll enjoy it. If you're if you're our age in your 30s, like you probably watched this show. You grew up on the show.
I saw it.
Your age.
Our age. I was.
What was it for you? You were like, oh, there's another cartoon.
Or Scott watched with his kids.
Yeah.
Then
That me and your dad would sit there and converse while you watched it.
Right. And you're like, you were telling my dad at that party, you're like, I just love working with your friend Greg.
Yeah.
At the office.
Me, you, and Greg.
I mean, whenever we're off work, though, whenever it's me at work, it's just Greg.
Yeah.
Your friend.
Yeah.
God damn it.
All right. Rate.
Yeah.
Rate it.
Rating goes 3.1 out of 4.
Any questions, Scotty?
How long are we talking here?
I was only like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
not too
all
bad.
right.
It started like I felt like it was about to be just a bunch of episodes, and then it turned into just a full on movie, like how it was put together at the beginning. You'll see when you watch it.
And you kind of touched on it. The process wasn't like super easy, or you just weren't savvy.
Yeah, it
enough
was
to
like
pick
there
it
was like
up?
an app that I had to use if I didn't want to watch it on just my phone, which I got to have a bigger screen.
Oh yeah.
And there was like an app that we had to use to log in, and it just wasn't available on like anything other than like a computer.
Okay.
My computer can get it on Fire Stick or anything else.
And say the title one more time.
Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up.
All
Check
right.
it out.
Check it out. It's give the rating last time. You said
3.1 out of 4.
Scotty Scoop, you're up.
Let's talk about Vaxis 3, the father of make-believe.
Vaxis.
So this is going to be, I believe, if I count it out, album number 11 for Coheed. And man, they just, I don't know how they keep doing it. It is just so good. And the quality is there. Another album, like, for me at least, nearly every one of their albums, like, there's just not a miss. Like, you sit down and from start to finish, every song is on. Like, they're doing it. And, you know, not every song sounds the same. Like, I don't think you're just, you weave in and out of different kind of genres of music for this, where you got a little electronica, you got a little hardcore, you got some screamo, you know, it's all over the place, and I love it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It is so good.
I agree. Like it does change.
Yeah.
And I told you Vaxis too. Like it's like not even listening from the beginning like you. It's one of my favorite albums on its own. And I listened to Vaxis. Is Vaxis 3?
Vaxis 3.
And it's good. It's really good. I didn't want to listen to it again. I've only listened to it once. I was working, and it's just good. It is good.
Yeah.
And they match it with their storytelling. They've got how many albums you said for the?
It's 11,
and it matches. It lines up to their graphic novel.
Amory Wars.
The Amory Wars.
Yeah. Which has been going since 2002.
And then Carrie follows. What's the lead singer's name?
Claudio Sanchez.
And then you know his wife's name. She's like
I don't remember.
Carrie follows like both of them, and she's like, these guys are so cool. They're just like doing cool projects
together, doing. Yeah, she sings like backup, I think, on some stuff.
And they got any shows? They got shows? You got a show?
Yeah, they've got a show coming up with Mastodon. They're touring. I think early this spring, and then in the fall, they are going to be here. I'm going there with Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah,
here at the St. Louis
Music Park. Yeah, where they've played for I think the last 3 times they've been here.
Andy,
they
you
played
listen
at the Music Park.
Not really. I've dabbled a few times.
Check it out.
I remember
that Vaxis too, man. It's
when I worked at Circuit City back in 2005 to 2007. I stocked the shit out of their CDs. That's for sure. They had a lot of CDs.
Oh my god, this is good because it segues to something TV. There's that curious case of Natalia. What's her name? Have you guys heard of this documentary of a little woman that like got adopted as a kid, and when they got her, like they said she was 7 years old. But then it was like she was like maybe older and like maybe like a teenager,
like 40.
Yeah, like around like going pretty much like almost 20, and then like bouncing from house to house. And Carrie's I've watched like 4 documentaries on this girl and this, and they've just released a TV show that tells this story. And her dad, this goofy, like, and I've seen this real guy in documentaries. He's such this goofy, weird foster dad. He's just goofy and weird, and they got to cast him. One of the guys from The League, like remember that show, The League?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like the main guy that was kind of nerdy and thin, and he was kind of the main guy that like was the commissioner, maybe even.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking
Almost
about.
like a no-name actor. Otherwise, like I haven't seen him in anything else, and he plays this dad. And the funniest bit in the whole thing that I just thought of you the whole time, Andy, he works at Circuit City.
Yes. And
this is a true story. So it's like a TV show, and there's like episodes where like his branch is closing, and he's like, I don't believe it. Dude. He's like, Best Buy's doing too good. We're gonna be fine.
It's because I left. I left in 2007.
I wish I could remember the name of
They closed shortly thereafter. So, fortunately,
you were there selling CDs, slinging CDs.
I was, CDs, DVDs. I stocked so many of those bad boys. I could tell you what movie it was based on just looking at the side of it.
Yeah,
like pretty easily. Any movie. Now I couldn't, but all that just left my brain, unfortunately, thanks to college and 20 bachelor parties since then.
All right, what do you rank the album from Coheed, Vaxis 3?
It's an easy 3.9 for me.
Out of 4.0.
Out of 4.0.
Wow.
All right, guys, and with me, just a couple honorable mentions and shout outs. The White Lotus season 3 is so good. we're still watching Dexter. It's so good. What else is on right now? Oh, the Righteous Gemstones. Scott, you started it.
I started at episode 1, season 1.
What do you think so far?
It was definitely interesting. I don't know if maybe it was just like the kind of like pilot feel.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I just need to give it a couple episodes. There was definitely some funny parts, and it did kind of get me there at the end to really buy in with whatever's going on with with these people that were trying to blackmail them.
Yes, and that first season, I don't know if they can ever compete with that first season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
is the new one good?
This new one's good. 2, you guys will enjoy, I think. But like 1, I think 1 is like the special.
Is this season 3 that they just started?
They're on 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Eastbound and Down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Vice Principals.
I need to check out Vice Principals. I don't think I gave that a chance.
I think Vice Principals way over Righteous Gemstones, honestly.
Really?
Oh, totally.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, people like really love Righteous Gemstones. I do too, but like Vice Principals is definitely better.
It's hard to beat that man.
Walton Goggins, just freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's blowing up.
I was
all
talking
out.
about
He's
Kenny
on 2
Powers,
shows
Danny
right now.
McBride,
Yeah.
but
HBO
also-
Max drops 2 shows on Sundays right now, and he's in both of them: White
Wow.
Lotus and The Righteous Gemstones. Baby Billy. And then Dexter Resurrection comes out this summer. So if like you're a Dexter fan, rewatch some Dexter New Blood, Dexter Original Sin, and Carrie and I did watch Mufasa.
Mm.
And the songs just weren't that great.
I never heard great things about it.
But the lions and like the action and stuff, the action could have, but the lions looked so legit. Like
I was gonna say that the one thing I've heard about these Disney remakes is that everything looks good.
like the lions look really crazy good. There was a couple times in the like where I was like, just go outside and shoot this. Like it felt a little bit like you're walking in an old like Zelda movie or something, like a Zelda game on N64, just like an open world. There was a couple times where you're kind of like, I don't know, it's just very bright, very colorful. The songs just weren't that great. They brought back some old school ones. The best parts were like Seth Rogen like has an appearance, and they catch you up with Simba a little bit. Like they drop you in kind of like Simba now leading the pride.
All right.
So like
so he's like telling a story maybe.
Someone is. I won't.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you follow the franchise,
Okay.
go see Mufasa. It's streaming now on Disney Plus. All right, let's just say goodnight, man. This is awesome. Been a good time here on the podcast, here in the studio. Let's do a little round table. Go see our events at mostlysuperheroes.com/events. Andy, the Giggler, what's on your heart? What do you want to say before we? Oh,
did.
That was just clapping. I was clapping for myself. Sorry.
just literally. Andy, you just
I only have the power for a few more minutes. guys.
You've only had the power. I guess Scott will get the power.
I forgot to hit the record button. I hope that's okay.
No, it's already.
I know.
What do you got?
Pre-hit.
What do you got, dude? You were in charge tonight. How was your new chair?
I loved it. This is comfy. Everything's good. This is my show now, so I
You're
hope
the-
you all enjoy it.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm in your own basement.
Yeah, thank you.
But honestly, it was awesome to see you and Sam hear you and Sam on the radio this morning. I already teared up a little bit hearing Max talk about Team Jakey the other day as well. So those two have been, Sam and Max, they've been through so much. So, I mean, seeing the Team Jakey get this exposure that they honestly deserve, it's already been one of the most well-run organizations that I've ever seen in my life, just with how they take care of the bags tournament and everything. So I think all of this is going to help in the absence of Big Mike kind of fill that hole. So shout out to you guys for that.
Yeah, and shout out to Mike and be like Mike, like Team Jakey says, which basically means, a phrase that I picked up from Mike Myers on SNL lately is he's been on SNL a lot lately, and he's been saying elbows up and elbows up, and that phrase I guess apparently means like get involved, just like be part of the conversation, and if you see something that needs some work, give it some work, elbows up, get to it, and that was Mike. He was all about service and community, and shout out Big Mike and to the whole Team Jakey crew. Yeah, I know it's been a lot of Team Jakey lately, and that's it's totally intentional. Just embedding them into the show and ending the stigma on stuff as we go. And I think Sam said it too. It's like it's just like weird. It's like 11 years have been going with this group, and a lot of the stuff that's happening and being able to see like the mission and message get out to St. Louis. He said it also feels like a long time coming, and just feels great to be part of the city and just trying to help people out. So
Yeah.
Well said, dude. Yeah, been fun doing the little press tour. Scotty Scoop, what do you got, sir, as we say goodnight?
Not a whole lot. It was a good time. Getting all the casting off my chest. I just don't have anybody to talk to that cares.
This is the
Really.
offload. I know, and
This is the offload.
it had been a couple weeks too.
Yeah.
And we brought in 10 things we wanted to talk about. We only talked
Right.
about the one.
Right.
But that's how we do it. So that also
Yeah.
means we need to get together more.
Sure.
Pick the one thing, and we're trying to get down to that, just
Yeah.
one thing. So
I got Sailor Moon Live coming up
heck
next
yeah,
week.
dude. April
Nice.
8th.
April 8th.
April 8th. We got some ticket winners. They'll see you there. You'll be with the fam, and you'll get some footage, whatever's allowed,
Sure.
and all that. But
Yeah.
we've got some great pictures online. It's been so fun promoting that show, and you'll get the full payoff with your review.
That's right.
A lot of events too, a lot of stuff. Again, mostlysuperheroes.com/events. But the podcast is going strong. Thank you so much to everyone tuning in, listening, subscribing. Be sure to share it with your friends and family. And if you want to look into supporting the podcast with ad-free early episodes, go to mostlysuperheroes.com/support. I'm your host, Logan.
I'm your host, Andy, aka the Giggler.
I am your host, Scotty Scoop.
This is Mostly Superheroes. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Carrogan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.